Hi guys, my name's Amber, and today we are going to be discussing Padlet and Kahoot. They're both technologies on websites that can help introduce information or introduce yourself to students, and they're both free, and they offer a bunch of options, which could be nice for students. So we're first going to talk about Kahoot. So Kahoot is kind of it's a game/quiz. So for the free version, it offers you true or false or multiple choice, and you can include a picture, and they have GIFs on it too. GIFs, however you say it. And so I think it's good for a lot of grade levels. I wouldn't do it below first grade just because I think kindergartners would struggle a little bit, but you could do a class one, and I think that could go well. So, and like I said, you can use it for anything in your classroom. So for the blog post that I chose, since I want to work with younger kids, I thought that using Disney and Pixar characters as badges for if they get correct answers, or they also have a little village that you can, once you finish a quiz, you earn parts of the village so that you can redo it, practice however your kids want to. And so having these badges with Disney and Pixar characters would be a fun little reward for them for getting right answers, getting their quizzes done, all of that fun stuff. And so, as I said, this would be for first grade. The ITSE standard that it falls under is 1.1 Empowered Learner Part C, which is students use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. So this gives them direct feedback, because if they get an answer wrong, it'll tell them they get it wrong. And if they get it right, it'll tell them they got it right. And it also tells you as a teacher that what they missed, how fast they answered, so you can use that information to reteach what you need to. The state standard that it falls under is LA1F1A, so to recognize the distinguishing features of a sentence. So, as a student, as a first grader especially, they're really not going to they know how to read, but they don't necessarily know how to read well because they're still learning to. And so, they're mainly going to have to read the sentence and understand that if it's a question or a statement for true or false. And they also, they're going to have to understand the sentence, and then for my Kahoot, I did pictures so that they didn't have to understand everything. They could see pictures to understand better. For my Padlet blog, I chose, about Padlet, it is a free website where you can create anything. It can be interactive, collaborative. You can share it so that they can't make changes to it, just comments. And it can be used for any grade as well. So for the blog that I found, it's from Padlet, and it's explaining that you can add multiple notes to it. I thought this would be really nice for second graders, so that you could assign a note card to each child, and then they can input their answer on that note card. So then they're writing it down and doing it themselves, but then you as a teacher can show it to the whole class. So the ITSE standard that it falls under is 1.2 Digital Citizen, Part B, Online Interactions. Students demonstrate empathetic, inclusive interactions online and use technology to responsibly contribute to their communities. So it really, it's heavy on the responsibly contributing to their communities, especially if you have the assigned note cards, because they have to responsibly put it onto their note card. And then it includes inclusive interactions because they have to be understanding of everybody's answers. The state standard that it fell under is LA2 RP7. So that is to compare and contrast topics in a variety of literary texts to build knowledge of cultures. So not only are they doing that in their answers, but then you are going to compare and contrast the answers of each student to where they were similar, where they were different, where maybe they needed more work. So I think it's really building on that standard. For the Padlet I made, it was a little personal portfolio that I would send out to my students and their parents before school started so that they could know more about me. And I also made it open for comments so they could say, oh, that's cool, or, oh, okay, I don't agree with that, so that you're getting to meet and know the families better as well. So I put when I was born, that I have type 1 diabetes. I included a picture of myself and my boyfriend and where I'm from, and then some hobbies that I like to do, where I went to school and why I chose my major, my favorite foods, drinks, snacks, and some fun facts about me. And then for my Kahoot, it is a about me as well for first graders. And so it includes a lot of like motion pictures to keep them entertained and to get the little giggles out of them. And it's also a lot of like simple, easy questions to where the students get to know me and I get to introduce myself. And the students get to do it in an entertaining way instead of being bored. I think the students would benefit from both of these just because it's a fun way to get to know about your teacher without them just lecturing to you. And they get to see me, they get to see my style as a teacher. So yeah.